Push Moments is a podcast series that brings you tips, tricks, insights, and interviews to help you gain clarity, overcome those limiting beliefs, and take control of your life. Welcome to another episode of Push Moments, and I'm your host, the Othman. You see, so last episode, we started talking about how you can deploy a learning model of success. And one of the things that we discovered was that belief is the most important. So remember, I talked about the BAP framework where I said the belief, awareness, and then the principles. So today we're going to be talking about how, we're going to be talking about belief generally, right? So we realize that belief is the most important foundation when trying to develop a learning model of success. And I mean, who would want to have a learning model of success? I would definitely. So the reason why a lot of people are not deploying learning models of success, and as a result, they are not hitting their goals and expectations, is that first of all, they are not aware of this fact. They don't understand that for you to have a learning model of success, you need to have the belief, you need to have the awareness, and then you need to learn the principles as well. So why did I say belief is important, right? And let's dive into it. You see, belief drives behavior. And the honest truth is that this singular reason is why belief is the core factor of deploying a learning model of success. And like the quote says, if you believe you can or you believe you cannot, you are right. So what tends to happen is that if you believe you can do something, you will start to behave in a manner that is consistent with that belief, right? And if you believe you can't, you will most likely start to see that you are sabotaging yourself. And that's why a lot of times you see that people are on the path to something, but then all of a sudden they start to sabotage themselves. They start to, do things that they are not meant to do, right? So if you want to deploy a learning model of success, the most important thing that you want to look out for is your belief. But then what happens if, say you believe, but then after a while, doubt starts to creep in? After a while, you start to doubt yourself, and then, so that's what we're going to talk about today, right? How do you overcome doubt? And then how do you even, at the beginning, if you don't even believe in yourself, how do you make sure you believe in yourself? And there are actually 10 steps to this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to break it down. I'm not going to give you the whole 10 steps at once because I want it to be something that is actionable so that you can think about it, so that you can actually take it one step at a time. So I think I'm going to break this whole belief system, or how to create a new belief, into maybe like 2 or 3 episodes, and let's see how that goes, because I don't want to make it too long, and then I don't want to bombard you with too much information, because the honest truth is, to me, I think what's more important than learning is doing, right? So if I bombard you with too much, then you probably will not take any action. So like I said, there are 10 steps to creating a new belief, and then we're going to talk about it as we go. What is the first step? The first step to creating a new belief, or to bulletproofing your belief. So let's say, for example, you have belief that you can do something, but then all of a sudden doubt starts to set in, or you want to start something new and you're doubting yourself. What is the first step that you can do to overcome that doubt? The first step is to have a burning desire, right? You see, in everything you do, you must have a burning desire or passion. So you want to identify what are the things that you are passionate about. What are the things that you have a burning desire for? And there's a Wallace D. Wattles has an amazing definition of the word desire that I really love, and it says that desire is an unexpressed possibility that is seeking expression through you. What does that mean? It basically means that if there's anything that you desire, it is that there's a possibility somewhere that it needs to be expressed, and that's why you have that desire. So for example, think about it. People that are world footballers now, they had a desire when they were small. They loved playing football. In fact, they were always getting into trouble because maybe they wanted to go and play football or something like that. It was that possibility that was, out there. That was why they were, really, that's why they had that desire too. So I want you to think about it. What are the things you desire? What are the things that you're passionate about? What are the things that stoke your fire? Right? Think about it, and I guarantee you that somewhere inside them you will find
the your why. So a lot of people call it different things. So Simon Sinek says find your why. I say start with a burning desire. Start with that thing that you desire. You see, because the things that you are drawn to are not random. They come, they're not random. They are very. There's a reason why you desire what you desire. There's a reason why you want to do the things you want to do, right? So, for example, I give you an example. Like me, I've always had a desire to motivate people. I've always wanted to motivate people. I've always loved helping people. I've always loved seeing the glass half full, right, as opposed to half empty. And this burning desire that I had, sort of in certain situations where I felt, oh, I can't make it. Am I good enough? I'm doubting myself. Just the fact that I know that someone out there might listen to me and might have a better chance at achieving what they want to achieve, it gives me that ginger. In fact, I'll confess something. Even with this podcast, the honest truth is that at a point in time I got tired of it. Not that I got tired, but I just couldn't. It was becoming harder recording new episodes. Everything was just somehow. But recently, I met a friend of mine, and the friend was telling me, "Oh, I listen to your podcast a lot." I was like, "Are you kidding me?" And I was just thinking of, scrapping it or something like that. The person was like, "Oh no, please don't do that." And so that burning desire that I have, that okay, I'm like, at least one person is listening to it, and so I will show up again. That's why I'm able to show up for you as well. So what's the second step? So the first step is have a burning desire. The second step is take action. And the honest truth is that this is where most people fail. They hardly take action towards their goals and their dreams. A lot of people just stop at the thinking, at the desire phase, and they don't take action. And the honest truth is, if you think about it, think about the times where you wanted to achieve something, but you didn't take action. I guarantee you that most times the reason why you didn't take action was a result of fear. There was some sort of fear. And there are three major fears that we always have. First fear is the fear of the unknown. We're always afraid of what we don't know. We want to control everything. We want to make sure that all our ducks are in a row before we take action, before we move towards the things that we want, right? But here's the thing. Most times you will never know how things pan out, right? Your job is not even to know how things pan out. Your job is to just take the first step, take that first action, move towards that goal. I'll give you an example, right? And let's use this analogy. Imagine if you want to drive at night, right? And you say, you know what, I'm not going to drive until I can see the end of the road. That means you won't drive, right? Most times what happens is you enter your car, switch on the car, put on the light, and then start moving towards that direction. As you move towards the direction, the light illuminates just in front. And then as you go, it keeps illuminating. As you go forward, it keeps illuminating. As you go forward, it keeps illuminating. That's how life is as well. So whatever it is, whether it's in business, whether it's in your career, whether it's in weight loss, whether it's in family, whether it's in marriage, whatever, right? Take the first step, take action. Action is what brings clarity, right? Another fear people have is they're afraid of being laughed at. People think that, oh, if I take this action, what if people ridicule me? What if people laugh at me? What if people don't take me serious? The honest truth is that everybody's concerned with self-preservation. Everybody's concerned with how they look, that they will be too busy thinking about themselves that they won't even think about you, right? So those people that you are thinking that will laugh at you, honestly, they are not even noticing you. So please, just take action. And then the last fear people have is they are afraid of starting from scratch. And I think this is one of the biggest things, because most times when you're going to start something, when you're going to move towards something, you're going to have to start from scratch. You're going to have to be a beginner, right? Recently, I went to the golf course. So I went for a training and I traveled to Uyo. So I took my golf kit. Now, this golf kit is not like I've used it before. My dad gave it to me and I just, sort of dumped it. But when I was researching, I was going to spend 2 weeks in Uyo. So when I was researching things to do in Uyo, I saw that the Ibom Golf Resort was something that was really popular. I was like, oh, you know what? Maybe I can even use my dad's golf kit that he gave me, and so I traveled with it. Now, the honest truth is that when I got to the golf course, the guy was like, oh, are you a beginner? Do you know how to play? And obviously, I was like, no, I'm not a beginner. I was trying to form, but I didn't want him to, because they said if you're a beginner, you can't go on the course. You have to go on the range first. And I wanted to see the entire course. So I told him, look, I'm not a beginner. I've been doing this for a while, yada, yada, yada. So when we now got on the course itself, and I said, hey, listen, I'm actually a beginner, but I just didn't want to miss the opportunity of being on the course. So just show me how it is. And the honest truth is that the first few swings I had were terrible. They were horrible swings. But after a while, I started to develop. After a while, I was able to do it. And that's the thing. A lot of times when you start something, you will not be good at it. That's the honest truth. When I first started, speaking, public speaking, trying to motivate people and all that, when I started on my journey, do you know that an Instagram live video would make me sweat? When I think of doing an Instagram live video, I'll start sweating. I'll start being afraid. But after a while, I got better. So I don't want you to sacrifice the potential that you have just because you're afraid of starting from scratch. It's okay. Every expert that you see was once a beginner. Especially with social media now, we always compare ourselves with people that have been in the game for years. People have been in this thing for 10, 15 years, and you that are just starting, you want to compare yourself with them. That's doing yourself more damage, right? So please don't do that, right? And then, so step 2 is take action. Step 3, right? So we've said step 1 is burning desire. Step 2 is take action. What is step 3? Step 3 is find your yes. Find your yes. And what does that mean? It means that once you move and you're taking action and you are moving in the direction of your dreams, life will hit you. Life will hit you. There will always be ups and downs, right? There will always be ups and downs. But guess what? In all the downs that you face, just keep going until you find one yes. That's all you need, just one yes. I'll give you an example. A couple of years ago, my wife and I wanted to start a pharmacy. We launched the pharmacy. And first of all, we didn't even have enough money to stock the place filled with drugs. We didn't have enough money to renovate and all that. So we had to it was really tight for us, but we did it anyways. We found, we took action. And so when we did it, we finished renovating and we put these glass doors. So, really cool glass doors. Guess what happened? The day they installed it, the next day we came, one of the doors was shattered. And just one of the doors then was 150,000 Nigerian naira, which was mind blowing. I think that was about $100 then. No, not $100. $1,000 then. Sorry, right? And it was really like it was crazy. And so we said, you know what? Anyways, it doesn't matter. Let's just do it again. So we had to do another door again. When we did that door again, that sort of like reduced the amount of money we had to stock our goods. And at that point in time, I would have thought that, oh wow, you know what, this is a bad idea. This is not a good business for us to do, yada yada yada. But we said, hey, let's find out. Yes, let's keep going. In fact, I even told my wife that, listen, if we even get staff and we're not able to pay them salaries from the business, I will sacrifice from our own salaries to pay them. That's our own salaries in our jobs that we're doing. But guess what? From the time we opened that pharmacy till we ran that pharmacy for 4 years before we relocated from Kano, we never lacked salary to pay them, right? And that was because we didn't give up. We found our yes. So life will throw you curveballs, but I want you to keep pushing. I can't count how many curveballs life has thrown me, but I always keep going, right? And I always try to find my yes. So that's what I want you to do. Don't give up, right? And then step 4. So I think this will be, for this episode, we'll stop at step 4. So step 4 is don't negotiate with your dreams. A lot of times our dreams require certain things from us. Some of those requirements are sacrifices of time, sacrifices of finances. But the problem is that we will not we will not make those sacrifices. What we'll do is that we'll try to negotiate and we'll try to see, oh, can I get the dreams that I want? Can I get the things that I want without actually doing the work? It's not possible. I've seen a lot of business owners that start businesses and they're telling that, okay, listen, you need the services of a coach or something, and they're like, oh no, I don't need a coach. They'll start negotiating. It's crazy. Or you want to grow in your career, right? And maybe you have a coach or a mentor and your mentor tells you that this is what you need to do to grow in your career, and you're thinking, oh, but what if I can do it without having to do the work? Listen, you can't. The earlier you understand that you must put in the work, that sacrifice you must do. For example, so you have two things. You either decide to spend your time reading books, or you spend your time Netflixing and chilling, right? And I don't have anything against Netflixing, but that shouldn't be the only thing that you're doing, right? You need to sacrifice the time and sacrifice the money to get to the point that you want to go. Here's a simple test I want you to do. Look at your debit for your last 20 debits, right? Look at your last 20 debits from your account. Does it Have you spent money on the things that you hold important? So if you say family is important, in the last 20 debits, did you spend any money on your family? If you say your career is important, in the last 20 debits, have you paid for a course or a class or a book that will help you improve your career? If you say your health is important, in your last 10 debits, 20 debits, have you paid for anything health related? Did you buy vegetables? Did you buy fruits? Did you pay for gym? Did you pay for coaching or something like that, right? So I want you to look at that, because that's an amazing way for you to see what direction your life is going. And then the second way to look at it as well is your calendar. Are you scheduling time for the things that are important to you? Are you scheduling time to spend time with family? Are you scheduling time to work out? Are you scheduling time to read and improve your capacity, or to attend classes to improve your capacity so that you can get promoted at work? Are you spending time to learn skills in your business, sales, business management, business modeling, and all those things, right? Are you spending time doing all those things, right? If you are not, then honestly, you are negotiating with your dreams. And if you negotiate with your dreams, you will not get the results that you require, right? So let's do a bit of recap. I've shared 4 steps right now. Step 1 to 4. Step 1 is you must have a burning desire. Step 2 is you must take action. Step 3 is you must find your yes. And step 4 is do not negotiate with your dreams, right? And as you go along, right, and you're living life and you're creating this new belief and you are bulletproofing your belief, I want you to know that I believe in your capacity to grow and lead in all your endeavors. And I also want to remind you that don't forget to share this episode, because this might be what someone in your circle needs. Take care and God bless.